Sundjatta's First Foray, Volume 1. Oh, my brothers, my children, listen well. Listen well to my name, the Jelly Mamoduo of the Children of Echoes. I, singer, am I of our tribe, a herald of epic tales. From Bilali, that first singer of sagas, does my line begin. And Kietan Koyate and Bintu Kunyate are my forebearers. Bilali it was, once who followed a wandering sage to learn ancient verses, and the Koyates wove the ancient texts into carpets and felt tents. My mind comprehends the dragon lords and barbarian kings of benighted ages. My tongue can engage the most verbose Monitou in verse. My stories illuminate many truths. My words purify more falsehoods. For stories cleanse untruths and become history, clear as a crystal mirror. Such mirrors gleam with rainbow light from ancient days, but darkness too is dazzling, like a glimmer in the unfathomable eyes of the dead. History teaches the survivors, but stories are rooted in those who have passed, as surely as gems of the future must spring from the veins of the past. So come here, hear me sing, hear me tell of this hero. Listen as I chant the soul song of the children of the wild bull, the children of the rhinoceros. I shall tell you of Magan Sundjatta, his deeds, and his fate. I shall speak of Mali Dejata's burdens and passions. I shall sing praise of the Solongan Dejata's illustrious reputation, and of Nermagan Dejata's final battle against the great enemy. Oh, which hero has possessed so many titles? Neither the darkest magic nor the foulest wraith could hurt him. My brothers, my progeny, proud children of echoes, listen, and I shall tell you of 100,000 barbarian kings, now forgotten. Hearken as I tell you of their defeat at Sundjatta's hands, and how once conquered they fought by his side. Let me speak of how foes became friends, how savagery may yet birth goodwill. Let me tell you of how the pitch-dark armies came forth like a mountain, and how they dissolved before Sundjatta's might. For this is a tale of great deeds once unrecorded, sacrifices misunderstood. Volume 2. It is as they say that many who are wise and not of noble birth, so too had Sundjatta's lineage never been tainted by ancient royalty. The old tales have faded like salt rivers in a darkened mind, leaving but shimmering crystals of truth for poets to reveal. So it is with Sundjatta, and many are the account of his birth. Close friends may desire to embellish, and amongst enemies one shall find a lack of praise. What were the names of his parents? Which tribe were they from? Ask the pale light of the 3 moons, and still you shall have no answer. Story and song say Sundjatta was born blessed by the stars of dawn. No beauty his mother, no strong man his father. But the celestial watcher stars care not for mortal appearance. For those who weave the fate of heaven and earth alone is duty eternal, a task divine. Mbande was the chief of our tribe when Sundjatta was young. Black Jade Mbande, who is the mother of mines and gems, 'twas she who chose him to be our tribe's hero. And thus did his story begin, the hero great, the miner mighty. When young Sundjatta began his career in the mines, the mountain-carving hammers were larger than his whole body, yet he wielded them as though he were the wind itself. So much so that the heroes cried out, "The mine! It's about to collapse!" Brothers and sisters, do not be afraid. 'Tis merely my hammer summoning a gale. See? A whoop and a whoosh. Thus did he swing on, chiseling into the great mountain, sparks flying from the hammer's handle. And they all looked on in joy and fear as the champion's laurels he claimed. When Lady Mbande returned to the Lord of the Night's embrace, Sundjatta was already a young man, robust beyond his years. On the night when a chief was to be elected, he left the tribe alone. Tribal champion though he was, Sundjatta aspired not to power, but instead sought to find a proud testament to his existence as one of us. Resolute was he, striking out on an adventure towards lands distant and foreign, yet his passion was misunderstood by his tribespeople, who regarded him as a runaway, a traitor. Volume 3. Sundjatta, who had lost his good name by voluntarily embarking on an adventurous journey, headed to the distant lava lake, letting the scorching waves burn his body. This burning lake has now cooled, and dragons play havoc there no more. But in those days, it was the abode ruled by the evil dragon Lukwata, one of the few survivors of the ancient dragon race, who with malice in his heart sought ever to restore ancient draconic tyranny. The ancient war, which had rocked both heaven and earth, had destroyed its tribe, but it hid in a dark, rocky cave, thus evading utter devastation. Without servants to wait upon it, Lukwata had grown decrepit, eyes scorched blind by sulphur's breath, mind becoming dull and frenzied, inextricably trapped in a delirious dream of battle against heavenly envoys clinging to life, unaware of the human epoch that had come upon Natlan. So when a tiny slave came to its hideout and issued a challenge, the ancient dragon arose in fury, coughing and retching, hurling curses unceasingly, along which spewed flames and sulfur from its maw. "You insolent wretch, you dare disturb my royal slumber?" Sundjatta saw that the vile dragon of legend had long become doddering and deranged, that would claim a sovereign's title while forgetting its race. So he burst into laughter, hoisting his massive hammer and mocked the enfeebled drake. "I am merely a nameless miner, not some contemptible knave, just as you are no king, merely a tottering lizard." Rage surged in Lukwata's throat upon hearing these words, and with more wild retching, it spat forth filthy, scorching lava, billowing forth plumes of pitch-black smoke, at which Sundjatta did not even frown, instead swinging his heavy hammer down on the old drake. Old and infirm was Lukwata, yet when it raged, it remained terrifyingly formidable. And as the great heat of the magma scorched Sundjatta's hair and eyebrows, the dragon's fierce venom again seeped into its flesh and viscera, the unbearable agony burning deep, and its massive yellowed fangs left festering wounds, while sharpened claws tore open old scars. Yet on and on Sundjatta swung, enduring tremendous pain, until the dragon's craggy head split open, until the hammer storm blew the black smog away. And when the elder dragon's soul had been scattered to the winds, and when the magma lake had cooled by half, Sundjatta lay down, contented. Truly now did he deserve a hero's name.